Welcome to the video message for Parshat Vaera. At the very end of last week's portion, we're left with the words ringing in our heads. Moshe tells God, "What have you done to the people of Israel? You have done evil to the people of Israel. Ever since you've sent me to speak to Pharaoh, things have only worsened for the people, and you have not saved them." God, the opening words of this week's portion, criticizes and rebukes Moses. He said, "I spoke to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and have never spoken to me in this manner." He criticizes him and rebukes him. Now, it seems like a legitimate taken to task of Moses. But if we look back at the story of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they've challenged God on many occasions when they saw that things were not as they saw fit. So what is God comparing them to the forefathers? The Darkei Musar explained that Moses' words were in the choice of words that he used. He said that God does evil to the people of Israel since things have only become worse for them. So God says, how could you say that it's evil? Everything that God does is good. This brings us to the definition of what evil is and the age-old question of how could bad things happen to good people? What is the definition of something bad happening from the lens of the Torah? Bad means coming more distant from God, becoming less godly. And good is becoming more godly, more like God. When we're faced with challenges, it could either be good or bad. The challenges could either build us up to become more godly, depending on the way that we decide to act, the way we decide to look at things, or we become bad, less godly, and more removed from God. A person could break his leg, and we could look at that as bad, but a person could take that lesson that God is sending him and grow from it. Or a person could win the lottery, and all his relationships are deteriorating, and that is bad because he's less godly. God tells Moses, do not say that what I'm doing is evil. You could for sure have a candid relationship with me and ask and question, God, why are you doing this to the people of Israel? But don't define that as evil. If the Jewish people take the message, and if you, Moses and Aaron, leading the people to take the messages of whatever's happening to them and growing from it, then what I'm doing for them is actually good. Shabbat Shalom.